Question that I had recently on a discovery call, and as you all know, I love to bring real life scenarios into these videos and into these podcasts, was is a custom website worth it? Now, how the majority of website developers build websites, how we also build websites, is two ways. The first one is where we take a theme and we customize it and sort of build it out. It's very quick, it's very cost effective. Um, it's what we do a good chunk of our websites from. Clients that don't have very big budgets or very small timelines, it works perfectly. It still is a custom site to a degree, but it's not fully designed from scratch, page by page kind of vibes. The second option to that is a custom site. We're building quite a few custom sites at the moment, which is exciting. Our new website, which I know I keep saying is coming soon, it really is, and it will be anytime soon. I'm not going to put a date on it because every time I do, it just changes. So I'm just going to keep that uh, under wraps. When it does go live, I will record a separate video podcast about it. So custom sites are very good because what they do allow is for you to design a page and a website completely from scratch. We're building a lot of them at the moment because the clients that we're sort of attracting at the moment are sort of your bigger clients. We do work with some smaller businesses, medium-sized businesses. We used to build the odd fully custom bespoke site, which costs a lot of money and takes a lot of time. Every now and again, maybe once every month or once every couple of months. And we build a lot of websites. At any one time, we can be working on 10 to 15 websites, sometimes less, sometimes a little bit more. It really depends. The thing that we struggle with the most is clients coming back to us with feedback. We can create drafts very quickly in a good time to a good quality, but then waiting for clients to come back with feedback, us then doing the feedback, that's where the time can sort of jog on, if you will. So with a custom site, what it is very good at is you can get it exactly bespoke as you want to. Now, the caveat to that is it takes a long time and it is also worth a good chunk of investment. A great scenario of this is one of the clients that we've won recently. They're a tokenization sort of crypto company where they're using minerals in America, like oil, gas, etc. And then sort of your average Joe can go on and purchase a token, a crypto token, which will give them part of equity in this whole thing. Really, really cool concept. But the problem was, and it wasn't a problem, the client really wanted something that doesn't look like a typical WordPress website. He wanted something bespoke. And what we can do is we can design a fully bespoke website, make it look good, make it stand out, make it do what it needs to do, but has a backend in WordPress. So it's not built using WordPress. We can design and build websites in a couple of different ways. But for this specific instance, what we're doing is we're designing all the pages, we're then putting it into HTML, and we're using WordPress as a bespoke backend where the client can then update imagery, text, phone numbers, email addresses, stuff like that in future very, very easily without the need of a developer. And it also is good from an SEO perspective. You can do loads of other cool stuff. But it is costing that client a lot of money because we're doing some different custom animations and custom graphic iconography and things like that. And it is a tricky one because if you want a really bespoke website that looks great and is exactly how you envisioned it, a theme isn't for you. And something that we've come across recently is clients that have a little bit of a smaller budget but want a custom site. And by all means, we can create a very customized site by using a theme. But if you really want that sort of not luxury finish, but a completely site that is completely unique to you, that's where we need to do custom. You can get around it by using themes as a base and then just designing on top of that. Our current website or our old website is based on that. We use a theme, but we put a custom design onto that theme, built it with Elementor. It was great, but as you may know, we built that website at like 5. No, I think we started it at like 1 in the morning. We were doing a migration from different servers, and we thought, you know what? We've got all of these pages. Let's just build out the website now and get it all done. So myself and the developer worked all night getting that site to where it is now. It was very small to begin with. That website has probably been with us for about 5 years, maybe now. And before that, we had a one-page theme website where Nautilus was called Tom Jauncey Digital Marketing. Very innovative, I know, my proudest moment in life. But then we had a one-page website, which, we were a very small agency at that time, literally just doing social media. Then we sort of added on all these different other services and stuff, kept the one-page website, didn't focus on SEO, built up from referrals, LinkedIn, that kind of vibe. And then about 5 years ago, we then built our new website, which is what you see now, which is a step up from the previous website, but it is by far not the best it could be. There's loads of bugs. On tablet, it looks awful. We get the majority of our traffic from desktop, which is great. Mobile is okay, but could be improved. And now this has been in the pipeline for a very long time, but because we've got so busy with clients, we've neglected our website because our new website is custom. So we've designed every page from scratch. We've done the animations. We've got it exactly perfectly how we want it to be. And now we're sort of going down this rabbit hole where, you know, it's just taking so long because we've been so busy with client projects, which isn't a bad thing. But myself, Jake, and other team members are like, we just really need to get this site finished now because we've got to add new pages. We're adding loads more blogs and things like that. So it's super exciting, but also very daunting in the same sense because it's like, when can we launch this site? But the point I want to make is not every company needs a custom site to begin with. If you have those budgets there assigned, if you know what you're going to do with your content, if you need a website to really stand out from your competitors and you have investment, then a custom site is the way to go. But there is nothing wrong with starting with a one-page Wix website, a one-page WordPress website, a three-page Wix website, a three-page Squarespace website, a three-page WordPress theme site. Websites aren't there forever. Anyone that tells you that, I don't think is a very good person because design trends move. WordPress is constantly changing, a little bit like Web3 and other different platforms out there that are sort of upcoming at the moment. But it's not going to be around forever. Design changes will change. If you look at a website, for example, from 1999, when I was born, you will clearly see that the websites then compared to now are massively different. Yes, that was 25 years ago. You're not going to keep a website for 25 years. You might do. We built a website recently for an aesthetics company and it was just ridiculously old. Like I'm talking like HTML sort of old vibes. And they just kept it running and just updated it. But I think some people say these SEO gurus on LinkedIn say that website design and how it looks doesn't affect your SEO and things like that. I personally think it does because if someone goes onto a website and it looks awful, they are not going to go ahead with your services or they're going to probably reach out to some competitors who are a bit more funky, a bit more trendy and sort of go down that route. So you don't need to start with a fully bespoke custom website. You can start at a couple of page theme site, Wix, Squarespace, WordPress, and then in future, you can upgrade your website as your business grows and do what you need to do with it. Add more content, add more pages, do SEO, do Google Ads. There's no point trying to run a mile where you've never been to the gym. So start small if you need to, if you've got that sort of restriction, that timeline, that budget. By all means, if you do have a budget, a good timeline, and you want to invest in a good site, by all means, but you don't need to start with that initially. And that's when we're jumping on discovery calls in a minute. Everyone's like, oh my God, so-and-so said I needed a custom website and this. I'm like, well, what do you want to do for your website? Oh, I just put it there in case clients Google me to find out a little bit more information. Well, you don't really need a custom site if you're not going to be using that as a driving force for your business. And not every business is like that. So there are differences between custom sites and theme sites. There are pros and cons to both. You don't need a custom site. It really depends on your different variabilities. If you are looking for a new website, this is the only pitch I'll ever give you. Actually, it might not, but here we go. If you do need a new site, if you were looking to make changes to your site, a refresh, upgrade, move from WordPress to Wix or vice versa, etc., there's a link down below in the show notes. There'll also be one on YouTube as well that you can book in a call with myself and my team, and we can have a chat about websites, what you need help with, etc. We can give you a quote there and then or a rough thereabouts, and we can follow up with a more formal quote. But yeah, there's no need for a custom site initially. There's pros and cons to both. Hope this has been useful. Stay awesome, stay safe, but most importantly, stay nerdy.